If you've ever played a King of Fighters game, you're probably familiar with the tough ladies of the SNK franchise. SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy is a mashup taking all of these women into a pocket universe and pitting them against each other in 2v2 battles. As for story, the women have all been dragged into this predicament by a self-proclaimed fetishist who has them fighting against each other to bring them into disparity. The main bad guy, Kukuri, is a real nut. There were times when watching cutscenes in story mode where I felt like he was ripped straight out of a Suda51 game, with all of his over-the-top sexual references and his perverted demeanor. That said, the story itself makes very little sense when you complete it. However, that's not too uncommon with Japanese fighting games. Gameplay is a weird mix of King of Fighters and Smash Brothers. If you have a constant bar running along the top that is split 50-50 with your health and spirit levels. As your health drops, you can earn and contain more spirit, which is used for special attacks and finisher moves. The thing that separates it from normal fighting games is that when your health hits 0, you don't automatically lose. Instead, you'll be stunned, allowing your opponent to perform a finishing move, which is the only way to determine a victor. Dream finishes, as they're called in the game, can be performed at any time when your spirit gauge is at a required level, and will either do heavy damage or determine a victor if your opponent's health is flashing red. I also mentioned that it was part Smash Brothers, and what I mean by that is found in its accessibility. There are only 4 attacks that any fighter can perform: heavy, light, special, or finisher, and though you can mix them to create combos, there isn't a heavy learning curve, making it simple enough for anyone to pick up and play. There's also an item system that can be used to do anything from drop shields on the field, to restore health, and even make the whole screen blurry to throw your opponent off. These parts of the game make it feel like a party game, to me, which isn't a bad thing at all. It just limits the single-player enjoyment long term. Because this is a 2v2 tag game, there are tons of combinations you can have with your fighters. This makes for an incredible amount of unlockable cutscenes, as every which way you can mix the fighters has some sort of voice script and unique scene to watch. In addition to these, there are a bunch of customization options for each fighter. You will spend your time in matches earning gold that can be used to buy accessories and outfits to set the ladies up in a way that you find appealing. This brings me to my main gripe with the game. It's over-the-top sexualization of women. The default outfits are just downright tasteless in most cases. The game uses its fetishist bad guy to explain away the lack of clothing and insane situations like Terry Bogard being brought into the game and turned into a woman. Seriously? What? I was unable to play this game for review when my wife was home. It just felt wrong, and not the kind of thing to play while sitting down for lunch at McDonald's, as I'd be the creep in the corner. One thing that was somewhat saving to this is that there are 3 outfits, 2 which must be unlocked through play for each fighter, and almost every person had at least one that wasn't horribly revealing. Online play was kind of laggy, but that could be due to my only experience being around launch weekend. There are some seriously long load times before matches, but that could be fixed in a future update. Apart from these mentions, the game as a whole played smoothly with some truly beautiful animation and nice quality of life stuff like hotkeys for main menu navigation. SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy is a beautiful party fighting game that is accessible to almost anyone in play, but not in content. It was fun to play, and I could see the appeal for repeat runs through the story mode to get all of the accessories and gallery content unlocked. If I were still in high school, I could see myself getting together with my buds to play the heck out of this on a Friday night, but as a husband and father, it will sit in the corner of my Switch's library for the occasional guys' night.